my first professor came and started speaking only in English. I was like culturally shocked, but still not sure why did I opted MBA, because somebody said MBA is only 2 years. MCA, if you take, you have to do 3 years.
So what was your student loan? What was the total amount?
I think it's just around 2.5 lakh, if I'm not wrong, that time.
Okay, so what was your package like at Amazon?
I think I joined somewhere on.
Okay.
Joined.
Okay, so is HR made for the company or is it made for the employees?
My.
Okay. All right. I think very different take, but okay. Awesome.
No, I want to break the myth. HR is here to become the balance of both the side, right?
So Sumukh, hi, and thank you so much for agreeing to do this. I'm excited to have you here, and I really want to find out all about your journey and what all you've done. You are a thorough HR professional, and you have a Ph.D. in org psychology. Impressive and amazing, but we'll start from the beginning. Where did you go to school?
Thank you so much, Divya, for having me here today. I'm equally pleasure and great. Excited to be here to share my experience and knowledge. Yeah. You asked me where did I studied and where did I started, right? Interestingly, I born and brought up close to Bangalore, a very remote village. It's like 50 kilometers from Bangalore. All my schooling happened in that village, the name called Tiamgundlu, and I have been in the government schools till my +2, and after that I moved to city. So that's one of the core in me. Studied in a village and in a government schools for a long while.
How was that experience? How is a government school in a small town? What does it look like?
See, the biggest difference between government schools to a private school at a bigger cities is like you will get all the infrastructure in the cities and all the modern facilities. But in government schools, there is no broader infrastructure or great buildings and laboratories what you can go and experiment. But what you get exciting is like you'll get real values of life. In government schools, especially in a village, you learn the ground up. Like you start from zero. So that's what your life learns. Like you will never look back that way. And how you have grown. It's a first step of the ladder. That's how it starts. And the teachers are really impressive. So probably what the difference I'm seeing today, my kids studying in a bigger good schools, what I've studied is they were teaching us a life values. They were teaching us how to be self-motivated, how to be independent, what decision you can take on your own. But here it's just like little difference what we have learned. That's what the core belief what I've seen from government schools to modern day city schools.
Well said. Very well said, I think. After schooling, where did you go to university and college?
After schooling, I have been to university in Bangalore University itself. So there was no facilities which is available in our village. So I have to go to a different place near to Bangalore, which is Tumkur. I studied in Vidyavani College. I opted out computer science because I could not get into engineering at that time. So I got to graduation. So that's where I studied computer science and electronics back in 2019.
Okay. And what was that? Okay. And what was that experience like in Bangalore University, now coming from a smaller town?
See, that was a cultural shock for me because that's the first time I'm hearing people speaking English. Like till then, I was not knowing like somebody speaks really English. I was always in an assumption, oh, English is just one language we used to teach in schools and colleges because I never know it's a medium of communication that till the time I get into university. Like when my first professor came and started speaking only in English, I was like culturally shocked. And people are really modern and like it was a very difficult time to cope up to their style and speed. Yeah, but luckily I adopted. I had a great professors. I had a great community of students, which helped me to get there.
What was your bachelor's in?
Bachelor's in computer science and electronics.
Okay, awesome. So from there to human resources, how was that journey?
Okay. So whenever somebody asked this question, I was like a little dynamic, or I don't know how to answer. See, I never thought I would take a human resource as a one subject for me, which I can study and explore. I always wanted to do computer science after this one only. I was really studious in computer science. Like if you ask me my bachelor's, all 3 years I've got almost 97, 98%. Like I was that sharp in computer science. But still not sure why did I opted MBA, because somebody said MBA is only 2 years. MCA, if you take, you have to do 3 years. So I just wanted to really finish my masters and get into work and earning. That's why I chose MBA. But that's the greatest, what do you say, the choice which I've made in my career, choosing MBA. And then I chose HR because I didn't have a specialization to choose either a finance or a marketing. So I chose computers and human resources as my specialization. That's how I ended up in HR.
And where was this MBA from?
MBA from Dayanand Sagar College in Bangalore. So it's again Bangalore University.
Okay. And after that, where was your first job?
So, okay, that's a strange story. That's when I passed out, it was 2009. It's a peak recession. If you know, the first time people heard peak recession, that's like the Lehman Brothers or Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, all three banks were bankrupted, and it's a peak recession at the time. There's no placement. I have to find some job because I had my education loans to fulfill. The loan is about to start. What do I do? So, what I was just hunting through all the mediums, like I was going to portals, I was going through consultancies, all of that. So my first job was with a like a small shop in SP Road. If you know SP Road in the Bangalore, this is one of a peak market in SP Road where all the computer, electronics, hardware things happen. So I started my journey there. There's one of a shop. It's a pretty big shop. They used to sell electronic items to a larger manufacturers. So there I started as my job. I don't know what my job was there and how I was doing my job, but basically my job was to sort some of the administrative work for them. So that's where I landed my shop. I was there for short 4 or 5 months, and nobody will believe it. Like a person done MBA that in college like Dayanand Sagar College and landing up in SP Road.
Yeah. So I know SP Road. There is no Pakka road. It's all just crazy. You barely any space to stand. So were you working in a literal shop, standing all day, every day?
Yes. Like half of the time, my role was to at least 30 minutes. I need to go in the shop and see what is happening. But there is a corporate office above the shop, so I was to taking care of the corporate works there.
Okay. And what was your first salary like?
Okay, that is 7,000 rupees per month. Like the MBA was sold to us like you will become a manager and you will get a handful of salary. Like that time, my pocket money was more than my salary. So, but still, I had the responsibility of fulfilling my loans. That's why I had to take that job.
So what was your student loan? What was the total amount?
I think it's around 2.5 lakh, if I'm not wrong, that time.
At that time. And there was an interest rate piling on?
Yes. That's a scary part. Like interest rate was piling up every month. That was huge. So I had no option than taking the job.
And how long did it take for you to pay off those loans?
Oh my God, I think 4 years to pay off that loan. I know the problem with student loan is the more time you keep the loan, the interest start piling up. Like the more you pay also, you will have interest to pay every month. Though interest rate is very subsidized, but still your loan amount will be huge. So that's why somebody is asking if I can take student loan. I say if it's the last option, if you don't have anything, you please take student loan.
Okay. So 5 months on SP Road. What happened after that, Sumukh?
Right. See, that's a twist in the story. Like one day I sat, I was thinking like the things what I've learned in my MBA is huge, like all the managerial skills, big systems, presentations, all of that. One day I was just driving, I was like, is that a meaningful job that I'm doing? Then I answered, it's no, just I'm doing it for a salary. That's to pay my loan. So I decided myself, okay, if I have if I'm here, nowhere I'm growing in my career. There is no way that I did my MBA for this job. If I'm just fulfilling my financial things, that's the my stupidity. I decided myself. One day I was going to office, probably it's around 8:30. Then 9:30 I reached office. I went straight to my boss cabin. I said, "Boss, sorry, I'm not able to come from today." Like he was shocked. What happened? You got a salary? Like I started at 7,000, but within 2 months he saw my performance and he made it 10,500. Like he made it like such a big hike because wow, you're doing a good job. Like I had no good employee like you. So he increased my salary. He's like, do you want more salary? Ask me, I will give you. What benefits you want to tell me? You're doing really great job. I don't want to leave. I said, no, sir, I have done my MBA. I don't want to do this job which doesn't add career value to me. Then he said, okay, go ahead. And then I came back and then I said, what should I do? I am really passionate about beginning on human resources after my MBA. Connecting with people, talking to people, understanding the psychology, all of that. Then I said, okay, let me take a step back and search for a job which gives me a human resource job only. Then I took 2 months break. I searched every single gully of Bangalore, went one company to another company, gave my resume, any single referral, whatever opportunity I had at my hand, I did not leave it. And I took every single opportunity, and then I landed to a company. There's one gentleman called Ajay, and he was running a company called Key to Jobs. That was a small job consultancy. I was lucky enough to clear that interview, and then he offered me a job. That's where I transited from SP Road officially to my HR job into recruitment.
So which year and which company was this?
The company name called Key to Jobs. I think it was in 2011 11 or 12 when I started my first job.
Okay, so 2 months jobless, looking helter-skelter, walking in, giving your resume, also applying online. Is that correct?
Yeah, online, offline, relatives, referral, any medium. So now one thing I strangely did it. I went to Electronic City for like a HP interview that time, right? And there are 2-3 people are smoking at a small cigarette shop nearby. I said, boss, I'm looking for a job. If you come across anything in your company, please help me. I gave my resume. I was not hesitant because I was needing a job. Like I needed a HR job. So I said, anything if you can help me, because they were talking something in HR. I thought they might help me. So they said, okay, thank you so much. If anything, I'll let you know. I did not leave any opportunity that time also.
So 2 months without a job, how did you pay your bills, your rent, food? How did you manage?
Luckily, my parents supported me that time. So they were my biggest strength and hope. So they were supporting me that time. So I did not have to bother about so much about my financials that time.
Okay. So now your first real HR job, what was the package like?
I think that time around 14 or 15,000, if I remember correctly. That when I started, it was 14,000 as my first salary.
And this is 2011. Okay. So 2011, first package in hand. Right?
Yes.
And from there, how long did you last in the first company?
I think it's about 8 to 9 months I was in that company. The company where I joined, it was not financially doing good, and the founder was in a verge of moving his entire company to a different way. So he sold that company to a different company. It was same job consultancy itself. So I had to move to a different company that time.
So it was acquired by another company and you just moved to the new acquired company, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And at that time, were there doubts in your mind, or you got a hike?
No, I was not in doubts in mind because I was so fresh college passed out, just 8-9 months, 1 year experience. I was already gone through a hard time. I was doing work at Espirod. I was jobless for 2 months. So no worries, because my founder was kind enough to give me the path ahead. So I was not worried really that time.
Okay. And which year did you find your next job? And
I think I was there for almost 2 years in that consultancy. I think 2013, I moved to an official corporate job. I was in all the while I was doing in consultancies, pick up your phone, call, hey, are you looking for a job? Send the resume. if the shortlist call, hey, this you got selected, congratulations, and go give the interview. If you're selected, thank you so much. I'm happy because I'm getting my incentives every month. So that was like a routine job. So there also, like I was one of a top recruiter because I know I come from computer science background. I was doing IT recruiting, so I could understand what people need in a resume, how the interview process happens. So that's why I was able to navigate very easily in that situation.
So in a consultancy, what does HR incentive look like?
See, it depends on consultancy to consultancy. Like usually what I've seen, any consultancy in average bill 1 month salary to the company. Let's say I'm giving a person to a company from a consultancy. Usually that starts from 8.33%, which is like 1 month of a salary. We will get about 10 to 15% of the compensation, whatever our company bills. So that's probably if you are lucky enough to give a 1 lakh rupee salary per month to a person, we would get up around 10 to 15,000 incentives per month.
So it's the monthly salary. Percentage
Monthly
is
salary,
based on
yes.
monthly salary.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And in a consultancy, how many phone calls do you make every day to find the right person?
That's see. You're asking that question. How many calls you do? That's a job. Like you don't have any other job other than calling the candidates. Hardly in 9 hours, you may do 1 to 2 hours of sourcing profiles through Naukri or other portal, but yeah, predominantly 7 hours of job will be calling, like continuously, like a customer service. You have to pick up phone, hi, hello, hi, hello. I'm looking for job. I'm looking for job. It's like the daily routine.
So 500 to 1,000 phone calls every day?
Not so much, but depends. Like at least 100 calls.
At least.
Somebody pick up a call, somebody will not pick up, somebody will ask you 100 questions, somebody will just cut the call. Like they treat us like a customer care executives. That time it was not spamming, but still, yeah, it was like a half spamming of value adding calls.
Okay. So 2013 in a consultancy, and then where did you go from there, Sumukh?
So consultancy, after that, I moved to a company called EXL. That's one of our largest BPO services in India. So I moved there as a senior HR executive, where I was doing again the recruitment itself. So that was my first official corporate job in 2014, I believe.
And what was the salary like there?
If I remember correctly, it is somewhere around 4.2 lakhs per annum.
Okay.
If I'm not wrong.
Plus incentives.
There's no incentives in corporate. So if you go to any HR, 99% of companies, they don't give any incentives. There'll be a bonus, but I don't think so there's any company gives incentives to employees.
So is corporate HR different from what you did in consultancy?
Yeah, but it's completely different because if you look at a corporate setup, you are the owner of any work what you do. You are not one part of it. If you look at any consultancy, you will be just one part of a supply chain, but here you will be doing 99% of everything. You will have to screening, sourcing, hiring, everything what you will be doing will be the recruiter's job.
Okay. Did you also do like onboarding and helping them file their taxes, salary structure?
So in corporate, what our role ends up here, see, if you look at any big corporate, there'll be different setups. So how it works is like there's a HR team. Under HR, there'll be L&D, HR business partnering, there'll be recruitment, there'll be comp and bin, like different teams, right? I was in recruiting. In the recruiting, my job will be starting from identifying the candidate till placing them into their job, like onboarding the candidate, helping them to file all the documents, doing their background verification of that. The taxes part will be taken care by the finance departments, usually in the corporate world. So it will not be under my kitty.
Okay. And how long did you last in this role?
I think I was there for 3 years. I was so happy with that company. So I was there for almost 3 years. I was there in EXL.
So 3 years till 2016?
Yeah.
Any hikes in between?
Yeah, of course, hikes will be there definitely. If you look at a corporate now, there are handsome hikes, at least minimum 10% to maximum 16, 17% per annum, plus a lot of other benefits. You will get to go around the country, travel around the country, meet different people, colleges, all of that as part of your job.
Okay, very nice. Now, so what happened in 2016?
So 2016, yeah, like I took a short company, like what a small time company. I joined for a while. That was a small corporate. I was there for 1 year. Again, that's a HR job itself. I joined that company. Unfortunately, things did not work out very well. Even though the company was good, I don't know, somehow that did not work out for me. So again, I had to take a break and yeah, I was doing a freelancing kind of a work in between, and then I have to shift to Amazon.
Okay, so Amazon started in 2017?
Yes.
Okay, and what is that like to work for this famous large chain called Amazon?
See, I joined Amazon subsidiary company called Cloudtail. So that's an Indian subsidiary company to manage the seller part of a business. Apparently, that was acquired by Amazon in 2022 or 21. So it's the same entity, but we were following every leadership principle of Amazon, compensation, culture, everything was same. That's the entity which I was working called Cloudtail. How does it feel like working like such a large corporate? Like it's amazing. You get to whatever you want, everything you will get. That's a short answer.
Very nice. Yeah, I believe Amazon really invests in their HR, right?
Yes, yes. When Jeff started Amazon, the core principle of him starting Amazon, he wanted to give the good culture to the company, right? So, which means people come here to do meaningful work. That's what Jeff Bezos always tried to tell. So there was a clear leadership principles for in any Amazonian who work. There's a 14 leadership principles. Every single leadership principle is being followed in every single time. Like if you see large companies, they have leadership principle, vision statement, mission statements, all of that. But very rarely they'll use. But Amazon uses in every single angle. That's make the culture strong for any company. And then that's being percolated to human resource team.
Okay, very nicely said. Okay, so what was your package like at Amazon?
I think I joined somewhere around 15, 16 lakhs when I joined.
And how many years were you at Amazon?
I was there almost 9 years in Amazon.
And now you're at your current place, correct?
Yes, yes. Yeah, very recently. I just joined this company 3 months before.
Okay. So amidst all this busy time, how did you find the time to do a PhD in psychology or psychology?
Yeah. See, I was lucky enough to have a professor, Dr. Vijayeshwari, in my MBA days. She is my mentor, always motivated me to do something big in life, right? So when I was doing my PhD, actually, when I was doing my MBA, the final sem project, one of my project was presented at a national level conference, and I won, I think, 6th place that time. So there was a big ceremony. I got award from Abdul Kalam sir that time itself in 2010. So my professor, she was always telling, you are good at research, you should do something. Then I said, yeah, why should I not do it? I was not knowing doing PhD is so difficult. It wasn't so into I have to do it. Then I landed up taking my PhD, that too in VTU. If you know VTU, that's known for how strict is the university and how difficult is the syllabus and how greatest thing any VTU student can vouch me like how difficult is to pass a simple course in VTU. So I did not know, and I joined PhD there in VTU, and yeah, I joined, and it took almost 6-7 years to complete my PhD.
But good, great, right? So when did you start and when did you finish?
I think I joined in 2016 and I finished in 2023.
Okay, and do you feel like it has really helped you in your career?
See, there are two things. If you look at a PhD as a one thing, you do for generally adding value to a society, generally to acquire knowledge, and how do you implement it? And second thing, how do you practice that in every day, right? And the first part to it, definitely yes, PhD has been a valuable knowledge for me. Being a lot of people consult me for their difficulties in their career, difficulties in their job search, and difficulties in LinkedIn, difficulties in their research. All of that I help them, and my knowledge has been really well articulated to them. Second part, do you officially put my PhD thoughts in my day-to-day work? I don't think so. Like. Most of our corporates doesn't enjoy the benefits of PhD because the work setup is completely different. But of course, I definitely put my thoughts like we do a lot of research in terms of understanding the HR practices, understanding a lot of things between employees, market study, all of that. Yeah, definitely there. This has been really helpful for me.
Okay, really well said. I think you've done the compare and contrast really well between organizational PhDs and academia versus corporate world. So
yes,
I really liked that answer. Okay.
Thank you.
So now tell me the entire journey in your HR career. Let's say there is a 20-year-old watching who wants to go into HR. What can they expect nowadays to start in terms of a package? And till what point can they grow in this HR career?
See, I was at a college, I think a month before, a lot of students were asking me, the MBA students, who were at final sem, they asked me same question: how does the career looks like in HR, and what do you say? The people were entangled today, especially the 1-year-old MBA or anybody who wants to start their career. They are running behind tools, they're running behind technology, they're running behind whatever the process, optimization, finds, hacks, tricks, all of that. But HR is not that. Like anybody whom I suggest to HR, please come up with really passion. If you really have a passion towards HR, you want to do something for human resource, you want to understand how a human psychology works and how you can contribute to them in terms of their knowledge, growth, conflict management, and all of that. If you have that capability, please come to HR. That's what I suggest. So if you look at a tech world now, everything is getting automated. Like if you look at HR, but though the things of HR is getting automated, but what a core thing which cannot automate is how can you give growth to an employee? How can you motivate them to come to? How can you build a best company where people can come every day to work? So these things cannot be automated. So a 20-year-old put a lens of thinking how I can add a value to a person's life who's coming every day, who's spending 9 hours in their job. How can I do that? If I have a passion really towards that, please come to HR. And salary, see, again, there are different type of companies like corporates, manufacturing, institutions, trust, all of that. It depends on which company or which path do you choose. But as of now, HR, you can't expect like how you get compensation like a tech people who starting 14 lakhs, 15 lakhs salary. HR is very difficult, but of course, you will, as a fresher, you will get a decent, good compensation which you can make your life.
Okay. Nicely said. I think I really like the answer. In fact, it brings us to our next question. You talked so much about automation. I hear this all the time. AI will take over our jobs. It'll probably do the initial screening, HR screening, and then we won't need XYZ and we won't need that. So what do you feel about all of that?
See, if you look at the Hans conference with who's a CEO of NVIDIA, who did 4 or 5 days before he did a conference, he did a compare and contrast of the jobs market from the last 1 year. He took out the job market in cuts and pieces. He's shown which are the jobs are going, which are the jobs are existing. Is there any growth in the employee headcount? Okay, he clearly shown that one set of jobs like quality, testing, support, all of that is vanishing, or it's slowly coming down. The other set of talent, which is AI, ML, engineering, all of that is growing. On a net to net, there is no change in the job market as of today. Like I'm being in the HR hiring industry from the last 15 years, I know the market. If you ask me, whatever I'm hiring 2 years before, I'm hiring the same quantity. Where it is changing is the kind of positions that what organizations are filling. One way, the testing, automation, all of those automation testing, manual testing, slightly a design function, all of those is coming down. But if you see, there is a rocket surge in AI engineers today. There is a rocket surge in ML engineers today. All of them. There's a slightly skill set change happening, but net to net market is safe, is what I believe.
So, Sumukh, do you feel AI is disrupting HR and will take all the HR jobs away?
I feel 100% AI is disrupting HR. If you look at when I joined HR industry, the tools and technology what we had and what we have today, there is a great change in that. Example, I'll take my own interest of recruitment. I was calling my candidates, hello, I told you in the beginning of podcast, like, hey, are you looking for a job? Can I see that? Can you come here? I go to hiring manager, can you please give one interview? Or do all of that. But as of today, like we have tools and technologies, which I need not to do anything. If I connect all the plugin systems, everything, I can just sit and relax. To a 70% of our humans, same efforts, AI is doing it. Like it will screen, it will call the candidate, it will match whether the person is suitable or not. It will even take the first round of technical interviews and tell the hiring manager this is what it is. And the hiring manager can literally say yes, and it will block both hiring manager and candidate's calendar, facilitate them for interviews. It will take till the offer slate without any touching human interventions. Like that we have evolved. If you ask HR otherwise, your compensation, lot of AI tools have come. I will know if I'm sitting here, if I have to do a benchmarking of which is the best company pays good compensation for AI engineers. I have a tools which can do it. LinkedIn has emerged in AI at a greater extent. Like any marketing intelligence with a click of AI, LinkedIn is giving me today. And employee sentiment analysis, like earlier there is no tool to analyze employee sentiment. Let's say have 2000 member company and every person is telling something, this is good, that is good, this is bad, this can be done better, this can be done worse, like anything which can be done. Analyzing all the sentiment and telling, hey, this group of people are telling they do lack motivation in X factor, can we do that? AI is there. So it is giving tools and technologies today for HR to do them their job. But to an extent, there will be impact on the jobs. But to greater extent, their roles will evolve. As I told you, some set of jobs will come down, some set of jobs will definitely increase. At a net, I see HR is definitely enabler in everywhere. So I don't see any impact, greater impact to HR team, but AI will definitely interrupt. So much tools and technologies are coming up. I can't say what will come in next 3 years. As of today, I'm saying, just give an example, 70% of work can be automated, but in 3 years, it reaches up to 90%, as I would say.
Okay, nicely said. Okay. So in my career, I've had some very good HR professionals, literally excellent, and I've also seen the other side, unfortunately. Okay. So what do you think is the true role of an HR professional? I think you mentioned this before, but what do you really think that HR does?
Okay, the bottom line answer is to keep your employees happy. That's the motto of a HR. Like why HR department really exists is to keep your employees happy. If you look at employees spend 9 hours at our office space, be it work from home or out office space, they are spending their 40% of their time for a company, and they are spending equal amount of time for their family. And being in HR, you should be able to keep them motivated, keep them happy, and upgrade their skills every day. All of that. That's the Uber level, right? But at a pointing level, at a HR, what actually they do starting from hiring till the exit. Whatever happens in between, everything will be done by HR. Your recruitment will be done by HR, like identifying the right candidate, and after that, maintaining them. Like, do you got appraisals? Do you got a hike, or did you learn something today? How did you move from one department to another department? That HR BPO. And once you're in the job, you constantly have to upgrade. You cannot just sit at the same role. So there's a L&D department exists. They will give a constant upgradation of knowledge to all the people who are in the company. And there's a compensation team. Of course, everybody works for money. Like, how my company is paying for me. Like, am I good in market? Am I at par with the market? How much hike I should get? All of that compensation team will be taking care. So that's a conclave of all of the things is HR generally does in administrative level.
Okay, so is HR made for the company or is it made for the employees?
Made for employees. My
Okay,
term.
all right.
Yes.
I think very different take, but okay, awesome.
No, HR is, see, if HR is made for a company, um, I don't think so. HR put so much of efforts to keep the employees happy. They would have kept so much attention towards the management to keep them happy than the. Probably I agree. Like when the HR started, the 1960s, 1970s, the motto was to keep the management side happy. But now it has completely shifted. Every single company, starting from a small manufacturing setup to a large companies like Amazon, Google, Facebook, whatever company you say, everything is a people-friendly organization. So it's a people's organizations.
Okay. How do you react to negative news in the media? You know, larger companies, we hear HR is trying to influence only hiring from a certain section, or there's only homogenous hiring, but there is no equality in hiring. How do you feel about that?
See, if I tell, I don't agree to all of that. Uh, Means I'm at fault. I definitely agree towards it as a HR. I know there is certain set of bias, there is certain set of favoritism, there is set of all of things because ultimately everyone is a human being, right? So how do I respond to that? Yes, that's why the role of HR exists. People think otherwise. People think HR is cutting the job. People think HR is doing favoritism. People is doing they are doing all of that. But I want to break the myth. HR is here to become the balance of both the side, right? Like let's say my hiring manager comes and says, I need only people from IIT Madras, I need people only from IIT Kharagpur. I'll say, go back and say, boss, there is really good talent people available in the market who are not from IITs. Why are you not taking it? Right? That's my job. Somebody will come and say, I need people only from certain regions. See, people from other regions also equally good. Why you are not taking them? So that's what my job is. Like as a recruiter, as a HR, I do that. And when it comes to the promotion, like people really will have a bias. Like they'll think only the certain set of people are doing good, certain set of people are not doing good. They want to promote. That's where HR exists. They will tell, no, you look at the ranking. This is the work they have done. You put them on a weighing scale and see all of them look equal or different, then you take a decision, right? That's what the real HR is doing it. People think other way. Oh, people say, oh, this HR is influencing to get his people hired. No, that's a completely opposite story. We every day in organization fight to get balance between the society and through the company.
Yeah, well said, Sumukh. I think HR is the guiding manager and not the hiring manager. And I think you put
Yes.
that very well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's come to Sumukh now because I've asked you so many things. I've known you from LinkedIn, and every time I
Yeah.
see you on LinkedIn, you are one of those people who are so active and so relevant. You're never posting anything for the sake of posting, and you're always responding to everything. How do you manage your time? Seriously, I want to know.
That's a difficult thing. Sometimes if I get a nightmare, I open check my LinkedIn. Is everything is ready? Is everything is good? The kind of what do you say? The efforts I put to keep my LinkedIn active is too much, right? People say you use AI, you generate text in, you use AI comments, you use AI for that, you use AI for this. You please, then I'll tell them, you please come, you do AI in LinkedIn and see how that will work. It will not work. AI is to an extent that you cannot. But if you really want to give a value, you really care about what is your opinion, what is your take on any subject, you definitely need your brain to work, not AI to work. Probably you may use AI to just refine some words which may not good at it. Otherwise, LinkedIn is very difficult game, I would say. I sometimes I plan my LinkedIn like I sit and write some 10 posts and I keep scheduling them. Or sometimes on the go, if I am thinking something, I get a lines, I'll keep it in my draft. I write whenever I'm free. So all the efforts which requires to do LinkedIn, I'm doing it.
Okay, sounds great, Sumukh. So, what is the one thing that I have not asked you and I should have asked you?
I think you've covered most of it, but a lot of things are there which you would have not asked me. One thing I want to tell is like I'm active in a lot of offline community work, especially for people who want jobs. Like I help them, coach them to get a job. It's pro bono completely, like my own interest. I'm doing this work. I help people to write their better resumes. I help people to how to project them good LinkedIn. I help them how to crack the interviews. We have a small community of people which I help them. That's the one thing which I do on my own interest, non-monetary things which I keep doing for my people.
Okay. And what is your one message to those professionals out there who want to pursue HR as a profession?
See, my message to people who want to pursue HR as a profession, please come to this field. This is one of the growing field in next 10 years. Like whatever you've seen, the AI disruption, all of that will happen in tech. HR is the only field where pure human connections matter, human talent matter, and emotions, empathy, sympathy, all of that matters here. So if you are in that area, please come and take this domain. And one thing is, you may not get a great salary like how a tech professional get, but of course you end up getting a good product companies like where I'm working, Amazon's, or like my current company, you will definitely get a good compensation. So don't worry about compensation. You will get at one point in time, but here what you build, you will get a gratitude, satisfaction at the end of the day.
Very nicely said. Thank you so much for joining us, Sumukh.
Sure. Thank you so much, Divya.